Political violence has turned deadly in Thailand's capital. At least 2 anti-government protesters were killed in an attack at Bangkok's Democracy Monument. Dozens of protesters were hurt. Protesters have been pushing the Senate to replace the nation's courts with an appointed administration. Thailand's military chief warned if political violence continues, the army would take action. Now, Thailand's election commission says it's highly unlikely the country will be able to hold July elections because of all this unrest. Talks between the government and the election commission were postponed after protesters stormed the compound. CCTV's Cheng reports from Bangkok.
The future of Thailand appears now to be in the hands of the mob. An election date remains undecided after the anti-government protesters burst into a secure military base.
Protesters have now broken through into this Air Force base. The Prime Minister has just left in a convoy in a huge hurry. It seems that if they can disrupt this meeting as easily as they can inside an army base, there's very little chance for an election.
The Prime Minister's convoy forced to flee moments before the mob took control. In stark contrast, protest leader Suthep Thaugsuban strolled in, escorted by the Air Force. Their compliance to the protesters and their deference to the protest leader make a mockery of the neutrality of the armed forces. An arrest warrant has been issued for Mr. Suthep on charges of sedition, but the defences melted in his path. He even stopped for a friendly chat. Inside, he was also met by friendly smiles.
I just wanted to speak to the acting Prime Minister. I don't seem to be able to get a hold of him, and I knew he was here.
Earlier in the morning, the caretaker Prime Minister had arrived for crucial meetings with the Election Commission. A high military presence was supposed to guarantee security. The elections are scheduled for the 20th of July, but the Commission has added so many conditions it appears to be standing in the way. A charge I put to one of the commissioners.
Yes,
Don't you think this is of the utmost importance?
Yes, I think that the election is a solution of Thailand, but the election must be successful and peaceful for Thai people too.
Peaceful and successful elections are very unlikely. The anti-government protesters who effectively disrupted the last election and had the result annulled have sworn to do so again. The failure of the security forces to defend the democratic process leaves them free to operate with impunity, and the chance of an election looks increasingly remote. Cheng, CCTV, Bangkok.